honestly, Rafinha, for me, is the best player we have. And Milan double the lead. Finally back in the goals, Andre Silva. And there we go, that's the final whistle. Milan pick up a 3-1 win away from home against Napoli, which is a huge victory for the away side. Oh yeah, they did drew. Okay, 0-0 against Inter, which is huge for us. Thank you for that, Inter. You're doing us a favour down there in 5th. Hey guys, and welcome back to the AC Milan career mode, and boy do we have some business to take care of. As you can see, we are in December, nearing the January transfer window, and before we get into that, I need to make sure my contracts are in order. Like, the ones that are expiring, I need to renew as soon as possible. I need to figure out what I want from this transfer window as well, and that's coming up. And, of course, we need to get past these final 4 games before we actually do head into that window. And I can tell you one thing, I will try to get through all 4 games in today's episode. I cannot make that promise though, because there will be some other stuff we need to look at as well. But if we do play all 4 games, Fiorentina and Hellas Verona will be the 2 games that get played. Atalanta and Bologna at home will be simulated if it works out like that. Now, looking at the squad, we obviously have a good squad, and I'm always a bit scared when I have to look at the older players and see what they're doing in terms of stats and if they're declining or not. The good news is, I can confirm Leonardo Bonucci has stayed the same. He's not going down as of yet, so I'm very, very happy with that, and I want him to stay that way for as long as possible. The one that I am slightly worried about, though, is the already injury-prone Lucas Biglia. As you can see, -3 stamina, -1 acceleration, and I feel like he has gone down in strength as well, although you can't see the strength on this bit right here, but I feel like Lucas Biglia will have a short spell at Milan, and we may have to replace him sooner rather than later before he absolutely plummets in stats. Now, obviously, I don't want to really do that. I like him as a player, but we have to think ahead. We have to think of the future, so I'm already giving you that bit of info that I might need to sign a new midfielder come January. Everything else, I will still decide. I'm not sure yet. Kalinic and Borini on loan. As you can see, they're obviously going to expire. I'm very interested in bringing back Fabio Borini though, believe it or not. Kalinic, I couldn't care less about. I don't think he's been that impressive for us at all. However, Gianluigi Donnarumma's contract is running out. Cutrone's contract is running out as well, and I need to make sure I renew these as soon as possible. I've delegated Gabriel's contract. This is what they've come back with, and it's a sporadic role, 4 years, 76k in wages. That is good. He is currently on 76k in wages, so no changes in that department as of yet, which is good. Now, with Cutrone and Donnarumma, I want to do it myself, because these are young players that I very, very highly rate and will play a part now or in the future. Cutrone, for example, is more of a future star. Now, he wants to be given the squad role prospect, so I'm very happy with that. I assume that is the lowest one. Is that the, like, I don't know why they've renamed that. I want him on 5 years. I'm not even messing around. Let's see what they say about that. Yes, come on. Now, he's currently on 14k in wages. I'm going to bump that up more than double to 30k. He deserves it, genuinely. I feel like he's going to be one of those players that just loves the club and is going to give it his all for the period he's here, and hopefully that's a very long time. I think that's a very, very fair offer I'm giving right here, and I'm expecting him to accept that. Wait, okay, maybe not. They're not going to accept that. Bumping up the signing bonus, but they're willing to take a bit of a pay cut up to 29.5k, which is basically the same. Now, I don't want 380k, that's extortionate. 250 you can have, $250,000 for a youngster like that. Why are they? Okay, maybe not. It's a hell of a lot of money, but I'm going to budge. I want Cutrone at this team for the next 5 years, so 380k is what he's getting right now for the negotiations, and his wage has been doubled. Well, more than doubled, actually. Now, obviously, the beginning is going to be quite easy. The squad role is crucial. He is the main man in this team, and I really hope that's going to be the case in real life as well. He's going to stay. Please accept that. Of course, they're going to accept that. You can't go higher than that. They want 5 years. Thank you for that. That's exactly what I wanted as well. We have to give in the first bid for wage, and in real life, he's getting about 6 million euros a year. And I think 6 million a year translates to 125k a week, because 4 weeks in a month, technically, that adds up to 500k, 12 months times 500k is 6 million. That's live maths for you right there. A signing bonus of give him $1 million, why the hell not? And that should be it. Please. And there we go, guys, we've done it. Gianluigi Donnarumma stays at the club for 5 more years. No release clause. We have complete control over what happens with Donnarumma, and for me, my first instinct is to keep him forever. I don't know if you guys will agree. Maybe if he leaves in real life, we can talk about it again. But right now, I want to keep him. Welcome to the youth team, Gilles Milo. What a rating and potential rating this guy has. The other two are decent. I'm going to keep him there. And back to the family brand of Mancini we go. Believe it or not, there's actually no Mancini in this scout report, but no decent players either, so that's not helpful. Napoli have beaten Juventus. As you can see in the breaking news tab, that is huge for us. That is absolutely huge. We are within reach of Juve now, 5 points behind them with a game in hand. Hellas Verona, we're coming to take you down because we're more motivated than we were before. You already know we're rocking up with the strongest possible lineup here away at Hellas Verona. Let's get the all-important 3 points that we desperately need. Rodriguez inside to Andre Silva. Andre Silva holding on to it nicely. Back into Lucas Biglia, who has been the talking point due to his decline in stats. That being said, we have a chance here with Andre Silva. What a save by Silvestri. Suso can't follow up. Well done by Giacomo Bonaventura, who was phenomenal in the last episode. Not so much this time. Alessio Cerci does well, but Rodriguez wins it back. Nicely done. Quick free kick. Can we capitalise? Bonaventura into Biglia. Biglia back into Jack, who cuts nicely past this man. He's got a finesse shot opportunity just wide. Kessier. Out wide to Rodriguez. He's got a good left foot on him, but straight at Silvestri. Kessier. Andre Silva now into Suso. Suso turns nicely on the left foot. Suso! Yes! 1-0 Milan, and well deserved. Nearing the end of the first half, and Suso gets the breakthrough goal. Well deserved. You saw the stat in the top left as well. The possession was massively in our favour. They didn't get out of their half, pretty much. They didn't have a chance in that first half. We've had a couple, and we finally capitalised on one. Lovely turn, lovely fake shot, and the finesse is just perfect. Within reach of Juventus if we keep the scoreline at 1-0. 2 changes at half-time. I know it's a bit risky, but I feel very dominant, and I'm not really scared of Hellas Verona at this moment. Borini and Çalhanoğlu coming on for the tired Rafinha and Rodriguez. They always seem to get tired easily, the wingers, in this formation, which doesn't help. Bonaventura into Lucas Biglia. He can create, Lucas. Finds the gap, finds the pass. Gets tackled though, but Lucas Biglia strong enough to win that. We've got a good ball in there. It could be 2-0, and he refuses to shoot, Andre Silva. Suso into Bonaventura. This time maybe for Milan. Bonaventura off the post. Kessier into Bonaventura. Bonaventura into Lucas Biglia. Biglia has to go back into Bonaventura. Look at Hellas Verona. 1-0 down, but still so extremely defensive. We're going to find a way through eventually, but not with passes like that. Good ball through to Suso. The one goal scorer so far in this game. Suso, lovely chop. Back into Kessier. 2-0 Milan. And that should be game over. Kessier pops up with another goal. He's had a few this season from central midfield. And that's what you get with the engine trait. He bums up and down the pitch all game, and it pays off in the end. Franck-Yannick Kessier doubles the lead and makes sure Milan are out of sight. Drmic, oh, there's a 2-on-1 here. This could be dangerous. We have to mark the man. We can't get there, and they get a goal back. 2-1. And obviously they're going to go all out attack now, which is a bit worrying. And there we go, that's the final whistle. Those last 5 minutes were a bit nervy. We couldn't really get going. Hellas Verona kept pumping long balls into the box, but to no avail. Milan pick up 3 points and get within touch and distance of Juventus. A deserved 3 points, might I add. Good session for Cutrone, getting 2 A's. That's incredible. Going up to a 71 as well. I mean, I find it slightly risky. We've now caught up to Juve. We're 2 points behind them if you win the game in hand. We're in good form, as you can tell. Everyone's fully fit, and we're at home against Atalanta, a side who is not in the top 6 currently and probably not doing too great. So I'm simming in this game, expecting to win. They lost to Genoa, they drew to Lazio, which is a decent result to be fair. And Papu Gomez could be a danger man, and look at that, Jesus Christ. A lot of action in just 1 minute, but Bonaventura gets a brace. And Suso's off penalty duty after this game as well. A few changes. I mean, 2-1, it's not good enough really. I'd like a third. Yes, Silva gets the third. 4-2, what a game that is. Breaking news, Milan continues their winning ways. And of course, we are putting pressure on Juventus right now. Lazio, Inter and Napoli are currently not even in the debate. God help me, but I'm going to sim this game against Bologna as well. If we can beat Atalanta at home by simming, we can do the same with Bologna. They've only lost narrowly to Juventus, but they were at home. So now away from home, they should realistically lose But logic isn't always a law in football. Rafinha, the only goal scorer so far. Again, as soon as we get 2 goals, I'm going to skip it. It ends up being a very comfortable victory, 4-0. Can I say how happy I am as well with our injury record in simulations? We've not had an injury yet, I think, whilst we sim games, so that's good news as well. It's paid off. Final game of today's episode is against Fiorentina. Unfortunately, not a fully fit side, and I have looked up Lucas Biglia's stats. He's gone down 6 in strength, if I'm correct. Only his strength and a little bit of acceleration have gone down so far. So, in anticipation of maybe not seeing him at the end of the season, I'm going to try out Manuel Locatelli in his position and see how the youngster does. If he proves to be good enough, then we don't need to bring in a new midfielder. If he doesn't cut the mustard though, we'll look at signing someone to fill in that gap. But Locatelli gets the nod ahead of Biglia for a pretty big game. Fiorentina Milan, we could still put the pressure on Juve if we keep on winning. If we lose, we could be in a little bit of trouble. And when I say in a little bit of trouble, I mean not really. We're in the top 2 and we're looking very strong to finish in that top 2, if not at least top 3 this season, which is going to exceed expectations by far. We just wanted to qualify for the Champions League. I'm already thinking about the title, which maybe not is maybe not the healthiest thing to do, but we're there and we're going to keep going as long as we can. Congratulations on your Team of the Year inclusion as well, Captain. It's a good ball. Acosta through here, one-on-one with Gianluigi Donnarumma, and he puts it wide. That's a let-off. The Fiorentina captain should have done better with that. Again, Simeone's through here. Simeone, one-on-one, and he scores. How have we let that happen? They've had 2 chances within 10 minutes. One of them has gone in. We need to sort out our defence. Oh dear, we're in trouble here. Bonucci needs to get there. Acosta has got a crossing opportunity, maybe. Put enough pressure on here, but Simeone's through here. Oh, side netting. Rafinha, what can he do? He's on his own. It's a tough ask for him to do something with absolutely no support. Rodriguez didn't really show himself there, and unfortunately, again, possession lost. First half is awful from Milan. Locatelli does well, though, to intercept right there. And there could be a chance here. For one final chance before the end of the first half. Through to Rafinha. Rafinha! Oh my days! Of all people, to miss a shot like that, it's just not going to be our day, is it? Oh no, Diaz through here. Musacho can't get there. Saponara for a second, but Donnarumma stands strong and makes the save. No words. No words. I wasn't commentating. I have no words. This is genuinely awful from Milan. By the way, can I also tell you that injury time in this first half has been going on for the past 7 years? They've been all over us. They're at home. They have that advantage. The stats don't tell a different story. They deserve to be up. Locatelli into Bonaventura. Bonaventura now playing as the left mid. Could this be the right choice tactically? I'm not too sure. Locatelli, he's having a good game, the youngster. He's unlucky that the team is not performing. But maybe Fabio Borini can make amends. Unfortunately, he can't in this moment. Borini looking for the 1-2 with Suso. Into Silva, now into Funes Mori. Can Funes Mori do something? He can find a pass out wide just about. Here is Borini. Borini, nice few touches. Frank Yannick Kessié! I bank on him to score that, but someone got in the way. Borini through to Andre Silva. This could be it. We've got about 25 minutes left to do something in this game. Andre Silva does well. Passes it to himself. Finds Bonaventura at 2-1. Milan are back in it. Important goal from Giacomo Bonaventura. I'm glad I kept him on the pitch and subbed out Ricardo Rodriguez and Rafinha, who both had a horrible game on the wings. Bonaventura does what they couldn't do, and that is bring some excitement to the team and the goal. Borini's done more since he came on than half the team on this pitch. If we're going to stick our heads in the sand and not try and fix this and fight for this, someone who is fighting though is Fabio Borini, and he's a hero of a man if he pulls this off. What a ball by Borini! 2-2! Milan are back in it! Funes Mori with the goal, but Borini, I was praising him even before he played that pass. And he is just something else. I cannot describe it anymore. I'm done. I'm at loss for words. But Fabio Borini splits the entire Fiorentina defence wide open like a horse ass and finds that gap and fucking sticks it in. Get in. And that is the final whistle. I will take a draw. That was exhausting. I'd rather have the win, of course, but We didn't have a good game, and to come away with a draw is just spectacular, and I'm happy with that. That could be a very important point at the end of the season. And just to show you how insane Borini really was, he got a 9 rating and missed out on man of the match because Bonaventura got it, and Bonaventura was great as well. There were a few good ones, a few bad ones. Locatelli was phenomenal, I thought, even though the rating doesn't show it. Andre Silva got an assist, which is why his rating is that high, but genuinely for me, he has been awful. Fabio Borini completed all of his passes since coming on. He completed, or at least attempted, the most dribbles out of anyone in the team, and he's been on the pitch for half a game. He attempted the most dribbles. Let that sink in. He completed 5 of them, and that helps us massively, that point, because as you can see, Juventus are... Oh, my home nation Belgium wants me to manage. I would be interested if I cared about international management, but we are 1 point behind Juve. They slipped up as well, which means we are in a very, very tight title race at the moment. A 2-horse race, which is interesting to see. We have got the transfer window coming up next, so our attention from the league will be diverted a little bit to transfer business. I'm not really sure what I want. My mind keeps telling me constantly, bring back Balotelli, because Kalinic just isn't cutting the mustard. Cutrone is not ready yet, and Andre Silva does annoy me at times. But we should probably look for either a midfielder to replace Biglia or drop Bonaventura to that centre mid spot and sign a new winger, for example, because we're also very light in the winger department, in my opinion. I don't know, I'll let you guys surprise me as well with comments and let me know what you think in the comment section down below of who we should sign and what we should do. But in the next episode there will be a lot of transfer action. There's only 4 games in January, including a cup game in the round of 16 against Sassuolo and a big league game against Lazio, where we do have to make sure we do not slip up. The pressure is on Juve. We can do this. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later.